everyone, Tom Nappy here, and welcome into this edition of HCAM Sports Talk. Coming up, the latest Hiller Spring Sports recap, an extended recap of Hiller Girls Lacrosse versus Medway, and Boys Lacrosse in a great battle in Dover-Sherborn, plus much more. Right now, here are the latest happenings in Hiller sports. On Monday, May 8th, Hiller Girls Lacrosse took on Medway. It was an 8-4 Hiller lead heading into the second half.
Medway with it, working left to right now for this half, and they score right off the bat. A big goal there by number 17, Caitlin. Makes it 8-5 at 24:49 left to go. 11 seconds in to the second half, and Medway just like that on the board. It's probably all the way through. So you're going to be patient here, and you certainly don't want to give up too many turnovers. A beautiful feed from Arena to Bouvier, who pops it in. Rachel Bouvier with the score to make it 9-5 Hillers. 21:55 left to go in the second half. And in front, Bouvier. Great setup for Dacey, who strikes. Closing in, and she'll put it in. Well-needed goal there for Medway. O'Brien makes it a 10-6 game. Out in front. Gets it back over on the far side. Closing in, and it's popped in. Michaela Scanovan with a nice score. Arena closing in through traffic and underhands it in. Jamie Arena making it happen. Closing in. Deflected. Oh no, it's in. Emily Hayward comes up with the 13th Hiller score of the day. Under a minute left to go now. Out in front, Bouvier puts it in. Icing on the cake for the Hillers.
Hillers end up taking the game by a final of 14-7. Emily Hayward recorded 4 goals. Jamie Arena records a hat trick as the Hillers improved to 5-6 on the season. On Wednesday, May 10th, we had a trifecta of Hiller sports, starting with Boys Lacrosse versus Dover-Sherborn. Hillers were red hot in the first half.
Sanda gets it over. And I know Coach Norton heavily respected by his team. Bodette gets it over. Rushing in. There's a shot. It's in. Hillers strike first. John Sanda. Below 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Hillers looking for another score. Takes it, makes it! Logan Del Ponte rings it in. The majority of sports. There's still a couple of sports with the sectionals. And another score by the Hillers. Logan Del Ponte rips in his second goal of the day. And it's all Hillers here in this first quarter. Up by Sanda. Now over to Bodette. Bodette gonna put on the moves. Rushing it, takes it, got it! Luke Bodette, the senior captain, strikes.
Hillers led Dover-Sherborn 5-1 entering the second half.
Driving in, puts it in. Well-needed goal there for Dover-Sherborn. Comes the Hillers. Good feed out in front. O'Brien to Owen Kelly. And Owen Kelly pops it in. HCAM Hiller broadcast schedules, go to our website, hcam.tv. And yet another goal, Owen Champlin. Champlin just saw the opening and took advantage. 7-2 Hillers. In net for Dover-Sherborn. Here comes the Blue Raiders. Closing in, and Dover-Sherborn gets a well-needed score. Michael Polk at 9 seconds left in the third quarter makes it 7-3. Quicker, trying to find that opening. Hillers have not made it easy. Closing in, and popping it in. Working through the defenders is Max Neat. A 7-4 game. Out in front, shot in. Sawyer Garzone, the junior, makes it a 2-point game. Blue Raiders trying to get themselves within one. Shot in. Wyatt Pastor makes it 7-6. Oh boy. Gets it out. There is a penalty flag on the field. That could make things interesting. And time will expire. The Hillers are going to hang on for the win over Dover-Sherborn, 7-6.
The Hillers get a huge win over Dover-Sherborn as they hold on to win 7-6 in the victory. Logan Del Ponte nets 2 goals. John Sanda, Luke Bodette, Sam O'Brien, Owen Kelly, and Owen Champlin each net a goal in the incredible Hillers win. Following a loss in Medfield on Thursday, the Hiller boys stand at 7-7 on the season and currently ranked 27th in the Division II bracket. The top 32 teams get an automatic bid to the playoffs, but the Hillers have 4 regular season games left. Right after Boys Lacrosse, Hiller Baseball was in action versus Dover-Sherborn. It was a 1-0 Hiller lead, but Dover-Sherborn struck back in the top of the second.
And this is hit in the air, right side. That's going to get down. 1 run is in. Runner behind him held up, so the bases will remain loaded, and we are knotted up at 1 apiece. RBI single for Theo Allen. And loose for the Hillers, it's Matt Gahn. And this is hit in the air, drops into right field. Another run in, and it'll be a 2-1 game. Good throw in by Hellenbeck.
Dover-Sherborn plates 5 runs, and that lead would hold heading into the bottom of the 6th.
Well, the Dover-Sherborn bats making all kinds of noise. A lot of close games. And this is going to be hit towards center field, towards the fence. It's going to drop. Carrazza going to be waved around. Heading over to third is Scardino, and that is going to be an RBI triple. That was almost out of the ballpark. I thought John Ritz was going to have to get his baseball glove out for a moment. But landed just in front of the fence. An RBI triple for Scardino. It's a 5-2 game as Charlie Simula steps in. And this is hit in the air, right side, caught by the right fielder. Runner from third, going to tag. They'll throw home. And they're going to get him. What a great throw from Ben Schroeder over in right field. And they're able to catch Scardino trying to tag for the third out.
An incredible throw from right field from Dover-Sherborn's Ben Schroeder to get Joe Scardino trying to add a run. Dover-Sherborn would hang on to take the upset win, 5-2. Hillers followed up with a loss in Medfield on Thursday and currently stand at 9-5 on the season. Dover-Sherborn, after the very impressive complete game pitching performance from Jackson Schuster, are 6-9. The Hillers have 2 big home games coming up this week versus Norwood and Holliston as they make the push for a high playoff spot. Hillers currently ranked 7th in the Division II bracket.
At Hopkins High School's softball stadium here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Whoa, there's a deep hit. Right field. High and deep and gone. I didn't even get a chance to set anybody up. It's the top of the order. Caroline DeSimone, the first pitch, hit for a home run. Out and over the fence to right field.
Also in action at the same time as baseball was Hiller softball. It was a 4-3 Hiller lead heading into the bottom of the 4th. Wally Hannaberry and Mike Terosian on the call.
There's a swing, and that's going to drop for a single, and that's going to score a run. So Kelsey McCoy's got herself a single and an RBI. And Charlotte Holden is going to score. Let's make it 6-3 Hillers. There's a swing, a looper down the right field, drops in. Oh, it gets past the right fielder. Caroline's going to go to second. Oh, we're going to have a play at the plate. Not even a throw. Kelsey McCoy scores all the way from first base on a double by Caroline Kane into right field.
Hillers add 4 runs and would end up taking the back and forth battle. By a final of 11-8, the Hiller girls fell to Medfield on the road Thursday and currently stand at 5-9 on the season. Hillers will need to rack up a few wins to earn a playoff spot. Hiller softball has huge home games versus Norwood and Holliston coming up this week. Hiller girls lacrosse hosted Medfield in a TVL large clash on Thursday, May 11th. It was an 8-8 game heading into the second half. Luke Simmons made his broadcasting debut commentating the game.
Score by the Hopkinton Hillers. They are now up 11-10. Great block by Hopkinton. Bringing it back. Loose ball. Blue has it. Taking it down the right side of the field. Score by Blue. It is now 11-11.
The Hiller girls hang around but come up short against a very good Medfield team. Medfield took the win 19-13. Hiller girls lacrosse is 5-8 on the season. The girls are currently ranked 33rd in the Division I bracket. They have a chance to grab a playoff spot and sneak into the top 32 if they can come up with a win or 2 down the stretch. Congratulations to Hopkinton Hillers boys and girls outdoor track and field. With their wins in Holliston last week, they both clinched the TVL large title. Both teams are currently 4-0 on the season as they head into the TVL showcase. Hiller girls lacrosse took on Medway on Monday, May 8th. We pick up at the start of the second half with Hopkinton leading 8-4.
We are ready for the second half, an 8-4 Hiller lead. Medway with it, working left to right now for this half, and they score right off the bat. A big goal there by number 17, Caitlin. Makes it 8-5 at 24:49 left to go, 11 seconds in to the second half, and Medway just like that on the board. Hillers with it, looking to respond. Over to Tarigny. Bouvier. Scanovan fires it over to Hayward. Nice feed to Dacey. She was looking to turn around and shoot, but had 3 or 4 defenders in front of her. Scanovan now looking for an opening. And tries to put it over the defenders, and it's a little high there. It'll stay with the Hillers. Good job by Kendall Tom getting to the back line. Tom Nappia on the call. Happy to be with you. John Ritz on camera for this important Hiller girl varsity lacrosse matchup. Both teams could really use a win in this one. Both are battling hard. Loose ball. Picked up by Bouvier. Scoops it over to Scanovan. Closing in. Shot, and it's deflected. And Medway recovers. Good job hanging on to it by an Mary, who's wearing number 28. We're still trying to get some of these Medway names. Hiller is going to take it back. Good steal by Dacey. Gets it over. Driving in, a little high. Arena inbounds it. Bouvier. A little wide past Scanovan there. Hiller's just looking for the right moment to strike, and this is one of those games, you know, it's going to be close probably all the way through, so you're going to be patient here, and you certainly don't want to give up too many turnovers. A beautiful feed from Arena to Bouvier, who pops it in. Rachel Bouvier with the score to make it 9-5 Hillers. 21:55 left to go in the second half. Tremendous feed by Arena. Well, Hiller's doing a good job at maintaining control. Medway certainly putting the pressure on and finding ways to get scores of their own, and Hiller's staying in front of it. Face off here. Hiller's got it. There goes Hayward. Hayward, open field in front of her. Gets it over. Out in front, and it's a little high from Kendall Tom. I think her stick might have got deflected. Picked up by Tarigny along the back line. Arena swings it out. Tom over to Hayward. Out in front to Scanovan. Hiller's moving it around. Out in front, Bouvier. Great setup for Dacey, who strikes. They'll make it a 10-5 Hillers lead at 20:59 left to go in the second. I'll tell you what, lots of good contributions from a number of Hillers in this game, but right now your player of the game is Rachel Bouvier. She's having a terrific afternoon. Some great shots on net, some great setups and assists. Off the face-off, Hiller's got it again. Hiller's a chance to take control here. That shot just wide by Scanovan. Medway with it. They certainly are going to have to take advantage of every possession they get to get back into this one. Desai gets it up to O'Brien. Closing in, and she'll put it in. Well-needed goal there for Medway. Kaylee O'Brien makes it a 10-6 game in favor of the Hillers. Hillers with it. If you're the Hillers, you want to wait for that right opportunity. Also, burn that clock a little. Maintain that nice 4-score lead. Turigny out to Hayward. Out in front. It's it back over along the far side. Closing in, and it's popped in. Michaela Scanovan with a nice score. An 11-6 Hiller lead at 19-19 left to go in the second half. Yeah, loose ball along the near side. Good battle for it. Bouvier getting in there. And out of play it goes. Stays with the Hillers. And we're going to get a cross-check call there. Stays with the Hillers. Dacey. Over to Bouvier. Arena. Closing in through traffic and underhands it in. Jamie Arena making it happen. A 12-6 Hiller lead at 18:49 left to go. That's just 20 seconds after the 11th goal of the day for the Hillers. Yeah, it looks like we got a penalty. I believe it's going to be against Megan Caveney. Officials going to talk things over. 6:29 left to go here in the second half. I thought I heard the officials say 2 minutes, which typically you don't have those types of penalties here, but occasionally you do. We're underway. Hiller ball. Good opportunity here for the Hillers to take some time off the clock. Dacey out in front. Good feed, knocked down. Medway gets it back. Picked up by Tucker. Medway quickly running out of time as we approach the 6-minute mark. Out in front, closing in. Shot. Saved by Arnold. Olivia Melanson with the shot. Goaltending by Morgan Arnold, the senior, has been terrific in the second half. For doing the 3 stars of the game, I say you got to put, obviously, Rachel Bouvier in there, who's had a tremendous performance, and certainly Morgan Arnold, the goalkeeper, for these excellent saves she's come up with today as the Hillers look to strike. And Arena's shot deflected. Medway has it back, working up the far side. These last few minutes, it's really been Medway with possession, but the Hillers have just been playing tremendous defense. With it is Torino. Just under 5 minutes left now. Closing in. She'll take it back out. Taylor gets it back to Torino. Trying to sneak through. And she'll head back as the defenders were ready for her. Bringing it around. Knocked down. Battle for it. Hillers have it. Turnover by Emma Dacey. Able to scoop it out of the grasp of Caveney. Here comes the Hillers. Scanovan with it. Torigny. Rosendale with it. Out to Hayward. Hillers in Operation Burn Clock at the moment. 3.5 minutes left to go in this game. Hillers looking to improve to 5-6, and that was after a 2-6 start. Some impressive winning lately by this girls varsity lacrosse team. Battle for it. Trying to pick it up is Della Copa. Brushed in by Medway, but scooped up by Torigny. Big time possession here by the Hillers to secure the win. Scanovan takes it, deflected. Hillers have it, and Dacey's shot's deflected. That was just a great bounce. Landed right in the net, and Dacey off the deflection. 2.5 minutes left to go. Out in front, Hayward. Picked up by Dacey. Scanovan with it. Hillers happy just to let that clock keep rolling. Bringing it around. And contact initiated there. As Hayward came around, we get a cross-check call. It's going to give the Hillers a scoring opportunity here. Closing in. Deflected. Oh no, it's in. Emily Hayward comes up with the 13th Hiller score of the day. They just did everything right. Took good shooting opportunities, defended extremely well, some great goalkeeping from Morgan Arnold. And they're able to take down a tough Medway team. Hillers will work it around, burn that clock. Scanovan with it. On the far side, Silva. Pass back to Silva from Kendall Tom. Under a minute left to go now. Out in front, Bouvier puts it in. Icing on the cake for the Hillers. Loose ball picked up by Scanovan. Works it up over to Turigny. Kendall Tom with it. Out to Hayward. 30 seconds left to go. Back to Bouvier. Good feed. Shot by Scanovan a little wide. Medway to the back line. Clock's going to continue to run down as Medway going to run out of time here. Caveney going to try to work it upfield for a buzzer beater. Now here comes Taylor. Can she get the shot off? And she does. One last score for Medway. But this game belongs to the Hillers, who will take it by a final of 14-7.
Hiller Boys Lacrosse had an epic battle with Dover-Sherborn on Wednesday, May 10th. We pick up at the start of the second half with the Hillers leading 5-1.
Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready for the second half. A 5-1 Hiller lead as we start the second half. Hillers do have possession. 51 seconds remaining on the Dover-Sherborn penalty. So Dover-Sherborn short-handed to start here in the third quarter. Hillers working right to left across your screen. Owen Champlin with it. During the halftime break, you got some glimpses of Hiller baseball warming up to take on Dover-Sherborn. They've been on a nice winning streak. Looking to continue that tonight under the lights against DS. Hiller softball also will be in action. And both games will be live right here on HCAM. So no reason to move, folks. Keep it locked in to HCAM all night long. Luke Bodette with it along the far side. Gets it over to Sanda. Trying to rush in. Tom Nappy happened to be on the call. John Ritz on camera. I'll be on the call tonight for baseball as well, and we'll have Wally Henneberry, Mike Terosian calling the softball game. Up behind the net, Del Ponte, and shoots it just wide. It will stay with the Hillers. Penalty has expired. 10:46 left to go here in the third quarter. Put into play by Champlin. Sanda gets it over. Bodette. Sanda with it, being patient. Oh, excuse me, that is Bodette with it. They had me confused there. Gets it behind the net over to Del Ponte. Yep, no reason to rush for the Hillers. Get that 4-score cushion. You could take your time and wait for Dover-Sherborn to try to attack. And as time goes on, you know they are going to get a little more desperate to try to get that ball as Del Ponte shoots wide. It's going Blue Raiders' way. And good news, we finally have the full roster for Dover-Sherborn, so we can let you know everyone who has the ball. With it now is, it's along the far side. Grant Sullivan. And now behind the net. That is Max Neat. Looking to close in. ProVenture dropping the shoulder there, knocking him down. Gets it over to Moore. Out to Polk. Out in front, swatted away. Polk picks it back up. Driving in, puts it in. Well-needed goal there for Dover-Sherborn. Michael Polk makes it a 5-2 game at 8:59 left to go here in the third quarter. Blue Raiders come away with it off the face-off. Pass up. Up behind the net now is Drew Thompson. The Raiders looking to make some noise here. Sullivan gets it out. Back behind the net now. They look to close in. All kinds of contact there. Ball comes loose. Blue Raiders keep it. It was recovered by Garzone. In the possession of Skinnell. Gets it over. Looking to sneak a shot in. Good save by Burns. That shot was by Drew Thompson. Burns was just waiting for it. Here comes the Hillers. Good feed out in front. O'Brien to Owen Kelly. And Owen Kelly pops it in. A 6-2 Hiller lead at 7:19 left to go in the third quarter. Blue Raiders with it off the face-off. Pass over by Richards. Up behind the net now, Sullivan. Gets it out, loose ball, side out. It's going to go to the Hillers. Clock stopped at 7 minutes, and now we are back in play. Quickly rushing down, Champlin. And he's going to try to pop a quick shot in. He was wide. Goodman gets to the line. Over to Bodette. Now Sanda. Over to Champlin. Down to Kelly. Back to Champlin. Sanda to Bodette. Well, we got Hiller baseball and softball tonight against Dover-Sherborn. 7 p.m. start times for those games. And we'll have Hiller girls lacrosse tomorrow, 4:15 start as they host Medfield. That'll close out the week of Hiller sports. We'll have another busy slate next week. And for all HCAM Hiller broadcast schedules, go to our website, hcam.tv. And yet another goal, Owen Champlin. Champlin just saw the opening and took advantage. 7-2 Hillers. The Hillers defense has been outstanding so far today. Closing in, and it is deflected. Loose ball. Hillers have it. And a smart move there by Doyle, getting it over to Burns. Some more great defensive work there by the Hillers as we are under a minute left in the third quarter. And it's picked off by Dover-Sherborn. Here comes Moore. Quickly trying to move it up, and a little too quickly. Back to the Hillers it goes. Champlin with it. Champlin going to take it into the attack zone. Nice feed. Out in front, shot deflected. That was Bodette on the shot. Great save there by Luke Sveen in net for Dover-Sherborn. Here comes the Blue Raiders. Closing in, and Dover-Sherborn gets a well-needed score. Michael Polk at 9 seconds left in the third quarter makes it 7-3. That's his second goal of the day. Blue Raiders not ready to go away just yet. A 7-3 Hiller lead as they look to close out what could potentially be their 5th straight win. Griffin Rosbottom matched up with Rockwell. Here comes DS. Blue Raiders with possession, working right to left across your screen. Currently in the attack zone, Sullivan with it. Gets it over to Neat. Out to Moore. Pass over to Thompson. Drew Thompson works it up. Behind the net now. Dover-Sherborn knows they're going to need to score relatively quickly here. You see them moving that ball around a little bit quicker, trying to find that opening. Hillers have not made it easy. Closing in, and popping it in. Working through the defenders is Max Neat. A 7-4 game. That score comes at 11:06 left to go here in the fourth quarter. False start there on Rockwell. Dover-Sherborn ball. Blue Raiders looking for another quick score to get back into this game. With it, Scannell. Blue Raiders moving it around behind the net. Grant Sullivan gets it out. Looking to close in. Pistor, he'll pass it over. Up behind the net, Neat. Got to look out for Neat. He's not afraid to work past defenders. Over to Scannell. Taking it around is Garzone. Looking to close in. There's a shot wide. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Dover-Sherborn. Neat will take it in. .9:18 and counting left to go here in the fourth quarter. A 7-4 Hiller lead. Dover-Sherborn looking to close in. And that shot wide. It's going to go Hiller way. Now, if you're the Hillers, you're going to hang on to it as long as possible. And be aware of Dover-Sherborn quickly approaching to try to come up with the steal. Champlin with it. Works it up over to Sanda. Dropped by O'Brien, loose ball. Dover-Sherborn gets it back. Scannell trying to work upfield, taking some hard hits. Still has it. Gets it over. There's Neat. And we're going to get a flag here. It's going to be against the Hillers. Delayed call coming. It's going to be a hold call. Can't hold them with the net. And that shot deflected and scooped up by Burns, but here comes the call. A 1 minute penalty up against Cole Carney. Here comes DS. Shot off the crossbar. That was characters on the shot. Hit the crossbar. Hiller's short-handed. 35 seconds and counting left to go on the penalty. The Raiders looking to get within 2. Off the post! Loose ball. Dover-Sherborn comes up with it. Shot deflected by Burns. What a save. Picked up by characters. That last shot by Pastor. Out in front, shot in. Sawyer Garzone, the junior, makes it a 2-point game. Rockwell hoping he can get a win here in the face-off circle against Rosbottom. Rosbottom comes up with it again. He's been dominant in the face-off circle, but it hasn't had much of an impact until now. Looking to approach more. Shot wide. Stays with DS. Neat gonna take it in. Look out, he's one that might sneak right around and take a shot. Good defense there by Carney. Blue Raiders trying to get themselves within 1. Shot in! Wyatt Pastor makes it 7-6. Oh boy. Hillers need to change the momentum of this game right away. 4 straight goals by Dover-Sherborn. Hillers need a win here in the face-off circle. And it's Rosbottom again. Dover-Sherborn looking for the tie. Gets it out over to Rosbottom. Pass over now to Thompson. There's a pass out to Neat. He's a threat to shoot. Blue Raiders going to be ultra careful with the shot they take here. Defense there by the Hillers. Eventually the Hillers are just going to have to close in, try to scoop the ball away. There we go, knocked loose. Still loose, picked up by Burns. We'll see if the Hillers can hang on to it for a while now. Coach Sullivan trying to call the timeout. Was it granted? It was. Good timeout call there. Settle the nerves down of the Hillers. Allow them to regroup. A 7-6 Hillers lead. Dover-Sherborn quickly closing in. 5:10 left to go in the fourth quarter on HCAM. Hillers going to hang on to it for as long as possible, but you know Dover-Sherborn, they're going to be aggressive. Behind the net now, over to Del Ponte. Looking to close in. A score here would be huge. Champlin. Hillers certainly in no rush. At some point, they are going to try to close in and take a shot. There he goes. Boxed out. They'll take it around. Over to Del Ponte. Putting the moves on. And rips a shot. It's deflected. Knocked loose. Who's going to get it? And it'll be the keeper. Well, that was a great diving maneuver there by Henry Moore to knock it over towards Veen so he could pick it up. 2:45 and counting left to go. Blue Raiders with the ball looking to tie. Sullivan gets it over. Looking to close in. That's Garzone. Pass behind the net. Neat. Comes around. Shot wide. Who's going to get there? Keeper rushing out. Going Hillers' way. What an effort by Nate Burns to get to that line. He made a dive towards the line to give the Hillers the possession. Doyle works it up the far side. Timeout, Coach Sullivan and the Hillers. 1:53 left to go. The Hillers 7, Dover-Sherborn 6. Boy, do we have some suspense here in this boys lacrosse game on HCAM. 1 minute, 53 seconds left to go off the timeout. It's Hiller ball. Hillers 7, Dover-Sherborn 6. Hillers looking to escape with the win. Can they hang on? We shall find out very soon. Hillers will start off with it along the far side. Logan Del Ponte. He'll put it into play. Hillers will love a score here. But you know they're not going to rush the shot. We'll see what Coach Sullivan drew up. Del Ponte doing a nice job burning some time. Did he get out of the box? He did. Dover-Sherborn ball. They have a chance. So if you're behind the net, you got to stay in that box. And once you run out of it, you got to take it out. Blue Raiders looking for the game-tying goal. Loose ball. Swatted away, picked up by the Hillers. Proventure. Now it's loose once again at midfield. Dover-Sherborn gets it back. Scooped up by Aola. Timeout Dover-Sherborn. 52 seconds left to go. Blue Raiders ball. Hillers 7, Dover-Sherborn 6. It doesn't get any more suspenseful than this, folks. You are tuned in to Hiller Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Off the timeout, 52 seconds left to go. 7-6 Hillers. Dover-Sherborn has the ball, looking for the tie. Closing in, loose ball. Did that go off the post? Hillers have it. Picked up by Proventure. The shot was by Sean Scannell. Hillers going to try to keep it for the last 30 seconds. Now, really, it's just hang on to it. Burn that clock. Over to Bodette. 20 seconds. Bodette going to run around like he's being chased by an army. Gets it out. There is a penalty flag on the field. That could make things interesting. And time will expire. The Hillers are going to hang on for the win over Dover-Sherborn, 7-6. They were outscored 3-0 in the fourth quarter, but hang on for the victory and win their 5th straight game in a row and improve to 7-6 on the season. A tremendous win by the Hillers.